the EFF also determined to have a go at the Tshwane Mayor, Randall Williams. They say he should leave office. At a media briefing today, the EFF leader Julius Malema speaking about this and other issues. Pelane Phakgadi was there. He joins us in our studios now. Pelane, good afternoon to you. Well, Randall Williams, under all sides it seems, he's only in power perhaps because the EFF were going to support him, although the coalition may not need the EFF support in Tshwane. But he's under pressure from Action SA. What was Julius Malema saying today?
Well, he's definitely under pressure, and Julius Malema says that as far as the EFF is concerned, they want him removed because they feel that he's not been doing things overboard. As a matter of fact, he's been having a lot of underdealings, and including the issue now around all that unsolicited contract that has been talked about. Of course, you do know that the city of Tshwane came through to say that they feel that there's nothing untoward with what they've been doing, but the EFF leader, Julius Malema, says there is a serious need for all the political parties in that particular side of town to ensure that they come together and remove Randall Williams. Let's take a listen at what Julius Malema had to say.
So Mbuyiseni will deal with those matters there. We support the motion of no confidence against the mayor of Tshwane. We are the ones who exposed the corruption in Tshwane, where the mayor was trying to coerce the staff members to do illegal things. And so we are in the forefront of that campaign. In Nelson Mandela, I had a discussion with Mbalula, and I said, we want them to remove the mayor of the ANC because she messed up the appointment of the city manager against the resolution of the council. So we can't have such a delinquent presiding over that municipality. We are more than prepared to vote with the ANC on condition they remove that mayor. We're not going to vote with the DA. The DA doesn't want us. And they make it very clear that they don't want us.
Pelane, the other big issue of the moment, Enoch Godongwana, the finance minister, there have been claims that he sexually assaulted a young masseuse. He strongly denies them. He says his wife was in the room at all times. What does Julius Malema say about that?
Well, Julius Malema believes that the story that has been given to the EFF is that of, which is very much truthful, and they believe that the minister, who should be held in high regard because he holds a public office, should be allowed to relinquish his office. As a matter of fact, if he doesn't leave his office, they are just calling on the president to do what they call the honorable thing and fire him. And in that regard, they feel that the minister, in this regard, should really not have even engaged in any kind of thing that they believe is very much irregular and as well as perverse in one way, as one could add. But the Julius Malema, of course, coming on to say that despite the fact that within the EFF in itself, they do have allegations of rape against one city wing secretary, of which we'll be talking to a little bit later on, they do believe that Godongwana must go. Take a listen.
Now, Enoch Godongwana, through the South African media standards, has been found in a massage with a lady and asked for a happy ending, forced this lady to touch him in an inappropriate manner, to a point where this lady ran out of the massage room and she opened a case. And those allegations, as we speak today, have not been denied by the Minister of Finance. If anything, the Minister confirms, yes, I was there, but I was with my wife.
Pelane, we're waiting for the NPA. As I understood, they were going to make a decision. Where are we with this case?
Well, as far as we are concerned, the SAPS has forwarded that particular docket to the NPA to make a decision on whether it will be coming through to ensure that it actually does prosecute. And in that instance, I'm sure the waiting is now on the NPA, so we can get a sense of whether they feel that there are, of course, substantive remarks that could allow them to lead an investigation and as well come out to be successful if they were to prosecute. So that is what we do understand at this very end. But of course, there's now talks about, of course, that a failing economy that the EFF is saying, because the reason why they want Godongwana to go is that it's not only about the issue that he has this sexual harassment charges against him, which might very well be implemented by the NPA. They also feel that the minister is one person who's very much ill, has been in and out of hospital, and therefore should not be allowed to run the tide of a very, very problematic department, one could add, because problematic in a sense that it needs attention at all times. And if he's not there, sometimes he's ill, therefore they feel that a younger and much more energetic person could take a lead. Take a lesson as well.
So we're told, no, leave him. He has not been charged. That's a public office. The EFF regional secretary doesn't occupy a public office. We still demand very high standards on him. But the standards are more higher when you occupy a national minister's office. And because you have not been charged even when we have not denied the allegation, no, he must not leave the office. And that comes from women who say, no, he's not charged. Even if he has not denied the allegation, he must be treated like your regional secretary. Those standards are embarrassing and are not EFF standards. We hold people who occupy public offices with very high standards. And in the statement we show there, that Enoch is not only about sexual harassment. He's presiding over a collapsing economy. And therefore, we have no reason to keep him as a minister of finance.
Stephen, as you can hear that towards the later part, of course, commenting now about the economic heavyweight that the department that is Godongwana is currently, of course, in, and believe that there should be a stronger person there. But in the earliest part of the statement, he was talking about, of course, the EFF Sidibeng secretary who's alleged to have raped one of the members of the Economic Freedom Fighters, and that particular matter currently, Julius Malema coming on to say that he should not step aside as yet because he's not been charged. But we did realize earlier on that there has been a criminal complaint laid at the SAPS, and the family, of course, having listened to Julius Malema coming to defend the secretary, he did, of course, the family just came on to say that they believe that there's a lot that is happening behind the scenes. They have been going to the SAPS, as a matter of fact, demanding a progress report as far as they're concerned, and they feel that Julius Malema is not being truthful, that they have not, as a family, been coming through to try and be helped not only by the EFF and as well by the SAPS. Stephen?
Pelane, Phakgadi, thanks very much indeed. Do appreciate that update here, of course, at that briefing by the